morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. I just wanted to jump up here and talk about pricing with your craft items. One of my items that I do, of course, is crochet dolls. And I always hear, am I charging too low or am I charging too much or whatever the case is. And I just wanted to hit a couple of different topics about that. And like I said, this is all my opinion. I'm not saying this is something that you have to go with or have to agree with. It's just my opinion. So I have two different features up here, two different dials that's up here. And one is not all the way done, but I just wanted to make this as an example. However, this is my first one that I'm going to show. And she is such a beauty. She could put a pacifier in her mouth. You could put a baby bottle in her mouth or whatever the case is. She has fingers. She doesn't actually have a body, but she's like one of them blankie. I call them blankies. It's a blanket, but it just has a doll head on the top of it. She has like that dread look, but she is just so adorable. However, I'm gonna talk about her first. However, she is not my biggest doll, just as well as my full doll. So it depends with this when it comes down to price. And of course, you want to charge for your material, the time. Of course, the time. Sometimes the material doesn't even cost you as much as your time do. However, I will say this though. With adding all of that in, like I said, material, time and stuff like that, I feel like it still is up to your it's still your choice of how you feel as though it should be charged. And the reason why I say this is because when you are basically trying to, like with your business, I'm pretty sure this will be your business because this is my business. When you're trying to brand yourself or whatever the case is, you can't do what a person that been in business for over 30 something years have did, or over 20 something years, over 10 years that did. You know what I mean? Meaning pricing wise, you're going to charge a little bit more than the stores would charge because yes, it is custom made. I do understand that. It is items that came with it, and then the items is custom made as well. And, it's a lot of stuff that goes with that. But in the meantime, the way that I look at it is that my competition is Walmart. It is, Build-A-Bear. Different companies like that sells toys and stuff like that. Even though you cannot find my dolls in a Walmart or in a Build-A-Bear to a certain extent, I do understand that, but I do look at it to be my competition. And I feel as though at times, I feel as though when you are trying to build your brand and things like that, you want to look at the way that you price. Now, however, it doesn't have to be, because, okay, for example, like I stated, with this style, she is not my biggest. She's not even a full doll. So I'm just saying, when I first started out, right now, she would go for like $100. But when I first started out, I probably would have sold her for about $80 or $85. Why? Because I'm trying to get my name out there. You feel what I'm saying? When I first started out, I was trying to get my name out there. My previous job before this was a hairdresser. I was a hairdresser. However, I would rather have people wrapped around the corner than having not even one person coming through the door. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times it's not that you're selling yourself short. A lot of times they don't know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, for example, say someone came up to you and wanted to sell some water to you, and they talked about how they created this water and it tastes so good and they get it from this and this, that, and the other, but then they hit you with the price. The price is, say, $200. So you listening to them, you almost sold, but once he said that $200, you like no. And on top of that, the reason why you was really like no, because you never heard of this company, you never heard of them, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, 9 times out of 10, you're going to say no, and you're going to keep it moving. So, but if the person would have came to you and would have said, I got this water, just say five, because $5 is a lot for a bottle of water. I'm just saying, if just say $5 or something like that, or way cheaper, or whatever the case is. Well, I said 200, but just say reasonable. Let's just say $50, because I said 200. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna buy that $50 off of that $200. Why? Because a lot of times people look at it like this. I like what they're saying. It may be good, but okay, it's only $50, or it's only some odd dollars, or whatever, $5, whatever the case may be. If I don't like it, okay, I won't buy it again. But if I like it, I'm gonna be back again. And then I'm gonna tell other people, other people, other people. You feel what I'm saying? Versus you charging the $200 and the person just off the back saying no. Not because your product is bad, not because you're not worth it, but just on the simple fact that they don't know you. You know what I mean? It's just like, even when you want to talk about entertainment business, and you talk about Rihanna, you talk about Beyonce, and these people have names. So when they come out with clothing lines, and they come out with whatever, perfume, whatever the case may be, people are already sold because they know who they are. You know what I mean? Like, that's Beyonce, or that's Rihanna, or that's so-and-so, or that's, you know what I mean? Like, they have a name for themselves. So my point, what I'm saying is, when you're doing your business and you're trying to brand yourself like that, I feel as though that's something to take in consideration. I know when I first started out, I took that in consideration. I listened to what other people were saying as well, but then also I had to start thinking for myself, because what is good for them may not be good for me. You know what I'm saying? If I only been in the business for like 6 months, or whatever the case may have you, and this person have been in business for over 10 years, of course, their pay, their patience, everything is going to be so, it's different. It's just different. And I'm trying to get out there. I'm trying to get like a Build-A-Bear, or what's the other one with the Dow? I can't think of their name right off. American Dow. I'm trying to get on that status, but as they say, you got to crawl before you walk. You know what I'm saying? I want to, tap into whatever the case is. I'm not saying sell yourself for less. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it has to make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, I would rather have people wrapped around the corner than not having one person come in. And sometimes we are quick to do our prices like that, and we're chasing the people away, not because there's anything wrong with what you did, but it's on the simple fact that they may not know you. They may not know your brand. And that's what you're trying to introduce. Sometimes you got to give a little to get a little. I always say nothing is for free. You understand what I'm saying? You pay for everything that it is that you do, no matter what. You know what I mean? If you do something good, there's consequences that you get something good. If you do something bad, there's consequences that you're going to get something bad. You know what I mean? So it's like nothing in this world is for free, if that makes sense. So that was just my intake on that for this particular doll. Now, I'm going to show you this other doll. I'm going to show you. She's not actually all the way completed, but I just wanted to give, maybe you could think of something, for your business. So this is a doll. She's not completed. I am completing her. Like, Cancer Aware Month is coming up in October, and I normally come out with these dolls like every year, and they're like, I look at it like little messenger dolls. Like, she's gonna have like a pocketbook with her once she's completed and stuff. You see, I got strings and stuff hanging out of her. Once she's completed, she's gonna have a pocketbook with her. Of course, I'm gonna put some pink in her, with the and things like that, and some shoes and stuff like that. But she's gonna have a pocketbook, and it's gonna say some words in it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put on her, but some of my words it'll say, I kicked cancer's ass. I'm a cancer survivor. Can't nobody hold me down but God. You know what I mean? And if God is for me, who could be against me? Stuff like that. I put the message on the pocketbook, and I make it real, like I dress them up and make them real fancy. Majority of them I don't put hair on them. Some like this one, I'm not sure if I was gonna put like a scarf thing on it, so like a little fancy scarf thing, or maybe tie. I'm not sure what I was gonna do, but majority of them I don't put any hair on it or whatever. But it's just like a little messenger doll that people like to get, for loved ones that have survived it, for loved ones that's not there. I mean, that has passed away and stuff like that or whatever. People, and with these particular dolls, I charge between $35 to $45 for it. But to be honest with you, these are one of my top sellers. These are, well, every year, these are one of my top sellers or whatever the case is. Some people are like, oh, I charge this and I charge that because it's just too much work and this, that, and the other. No, boo. You don't do it like that. You have to go with what makes sense. What's good for the next person is good for them. That may not be good for you. And it depends on where you want to go with your business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I know I'm claiming it. I am going to be a multi-billionaire, okay? The doll maker, the craft maker, I'm claiming that. You know what I'm saying? I want a very successful business. And to have a very successful business is certain things that you do. When I say do, it's not always about what the next person have to, I'm not saying not to listen to the next person, because now you're listening to me, but you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying not to listen to them, but sometimes you have to think for yourself, if that makes sense. I may tell you, charge $150, but then you may have put it out there already for $80 or something, and that $80 you can't keep on it. Them fingers can't stop because you can't keep it on the shelf because they just picking it up. Why change the formula if it ain't messed up? You feel me? And you getting them in there, because think about it. Every customer that you have is always 10 potential customers off of that one customer, if that makes sense. Because what happens is you get something done, they're going to tell somebody, right? The person that purchased from you. And then when they tell somebody, they going to tell somebody and somebody and somebody or whoever. And then it goes on and on. I always say every day, whenever you go out, you should at least give out about 10 business cards. At least. That should be your least. Because every one that you gave out, I look at it as 10 potential customers off of that one. So that's, like I said, it's my opinion, but it is something to seriously think about when it comes down to pricing. I'm not saying this is something that you have to do. I'm not saying that, and you will come up with a formula for yourself. Like, of course, you're going to do material. You're not going to just throw money out the window. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to just be giving everything away and you're not making nothing, of course, but you could even come up with something like that. I like to uplift people. That is one of my things. I think that's why I like the dolls, because the dolls is like, when you're creating them, they're so beautiful, so pure. You know what I mean? I love uplifting people and things like that. So my thing is, you may could come up with an idea or something like that, and these come out seasonal. I'm sorry, not seasonal. I didn't mean to say seasonal. These come out every year around that time. These are a limited edition. For that, but I just like to uplift, just uplift people and stuff, because I'm pretty sure to battle with that's a lot. That's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? And you need all the encouragement. You need all the encouragement that you're going to beat this. God got the last say so, but no matter what say so he has, always believe he got you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you just gotta sit back, get the pen and pad, and go back, you know what I mean, to the chalkboard or whatever, and write down some things, you know what I mean, and figure it out the way that makes sense for you. Because what makes sense for you may not make sense to the next person. But it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with that. That's what makes you original. That's what makes you you. You know what I mean? Because you're not like everybody else, or you're not doing the same thing like everybody else is, if that makes any sense. So just think about that. I hope I was helpful. I hope I was informational. educational, all of that good stuff. I hope you can take that and you know, think about it the next time that you have to price. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you make this big dial that's about 20 something inches or even 40 inches and you trying to sell it for $80. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. And a lot of times when you go lower, it's a lot of things that you do, small stuff like that, that don't take you that long to make. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be that, it could be something simple. I mean, I can't think it off of my head. It could be keychains. It could be something low, or something that's not going to take you that much time to do, but you can do it at a reasonable price just to get it out there. You know what I mean? So people can know who you are. And once you get it out there, oh, I do this, and you know, you can show different stuff that you do, or whatever. I choose the dial thing. But like I said, I have, you know, certain lines or whatever the case is. But I know when I first started out, I had to basically, come up with something like that, because not everybody's knocking down your door to pay them amounts, especially when they don't know your brand. They don't, because something can look very well, but that doesn't mean the quality is there. That doesn't mean that the customer service is there. That doesn't, you know what I mean? They don't know. So, you know what I mean? Does that, you know, let me know if it makes sense. You know, make sure that you like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys until next time. Love you. Bye.